Unbelievable. How the did you catch that?
Quick throw, and it's good. Intercepted.
We did it, Josh! We did it!
Tom Brady's pre-show meeting earlier this morning. Tom, you didn't get a chance to see it. But
there was no hugging, though.
There was no hugging whatsoever. Rejoined by Tom Pelissero. And, Tom, we continue to wait and see what's next for Tom Brady. We saw a couple of the teams in his division with the Patriots improve. What's the latest now for Tom Brady as we wait to see what his next move is going to be?
Well, as of late last night, Will, I was told that there have been no decisions yet for Tom Brady. However, there were a lot of conversations once that legal negotiating window opened at noon Eastern yesterday. My understanding is multiple teams are heavily engaged right now besides the Patriots. We know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have interest in Tom Brady. Bruce Arians came out and said as much publicly. We also know that the Los Angeles Chargers are a team that has been monitoring this situation. As for the Patriots, one of the big questions is, at what point do they make their move? Well, there is a timeline here that's important. If Brady does not have an extension before 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, he would count $13.5 million on the Patriots cap, even if he is not on their roster. The key here is, can Bill Belichick put together an offer and a plan for this Patriots offense and personnel going forward that is alluring enough to Brady that he sticks around instead of entertaining one of these other teams that is interested right now?
And Tom feeling that love. Not you, Tom, but Tom Brady feeling that love.
Me too.
And it sounds like, and we love you, don't get us wrong. But obviously, Tom Brady, we know multiple teams are in the mix with him. Tom Pelissero, as always, we appreciate it, my friend. So some perspective here. Now, take a look at the NFL landscape the last time Brady wasn't in a Patriots uniform. Our friend Kurt Warner and the Greatest Show on Turf, they were Super Bowl champs. The Pats were last in the AFC East. The Browns had just returned to the NFL.
I see a Tim Couch.
The Texans didn't exist. Couch was one of 8,000 former Browns quarterbacks. And guys named Aikman, Marino, and Young were still starting quarterbacks. There was no such thing as social distancing. There was no such thing as Bitcoin. So many things have changed. I just randomly threw out Bitcoin.
Color television.
They had no idea what it was. But Judy, there was some paranoia back in 1999.
I'm going to set you up because we already rehearsed this. Yeah. We were worried about Y2K.
Right, yeah. Back then, we were worried about computers getting a virus.
Yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm. But that just happened. Here's another, how about a little thing? Can anyone name the number one song, the number one pop song from 1999? Give me a shot.
Baby, hit me one more time.
Close. That was top 10, but no.
Oh, okay.
It was a female, though.
Okay.
She doesn't age.
Janet Jackson.
No.
J-Lo.
Close, no. Try again.
My next one.
Do you believe in life after love? I can't really sing.
Cher.
There you go.
Cher.
Boom. Cher had
Okay.
the number one
All right.
song in 1999.
Okay.
Followed closely by No Scrubs.
Okay.
Which I'm sure you would have gotten.
The knowledge, the knowledge out of Sean O'Hara.
It was a fun year.
I ask about algorithms.
Now we're all about
like,
Scrubs.
I ask about algorithms. He's like, wait, what? But if I'm asking him about Cher, he'll know all of the songs. So we just heard from Tom Pelissero. He said multiple teams are in the mix now. As we await, what teams make the most sense here, Kim, as we await to see his next move? We know that the Bucs have said, we like you, we're into you, let's try to make something happen here. And if we can't,
keep going,
we'll look at Jameis.
Keep going.
We'll look at Jameis. So, for you, how are you reading this situation?
Well, watching that video montage of Brady being Brady in a New England uniform, it's going to be really weird if we see him, and do we see him with that kind of an emotional, at that emotional pitch in a different uniform? I mean, that would be an incredibly weird circumstance to start the NFL season this fall. I still think it's New England. I think that still makes sense for everyone involved. By the way, something we haven't talked about, Tom Brady related, who quarterbacks the New England Patriots if Tom leaves?
Andy Dalton.
They make that trade?
I don't know.
I mean, but it's not. There's not an obvious answer.
No, you're right.
There's not. Jimmy Garoppolo left a few years ago. There's not an obvious answer. It's a very strange time.
Yeah, and you
think
wonder
about this.
then would they go out and get a Teddy Bridgewater? Like, would that make sense for them there? Right? And so here's my thing. Obviously, we talked about this yesterday, about him feeling the love. He wants to get that, right? Mm-hmm. And he obviously is going to be getting that from the Bucks. But then it begs the question, does he want to go to a team where they instantly can compete, or is he looking for a payday that would be expected to be a big one, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, this is the new normal now. And it's so weird to be talking about Tom Brady playing for another team. Just like it's so weird to have all this space amongst us and the way that we're living our everyday life. But I keep going back to what you're saying about the Patriots. We're talking about Tom Brady. Just think about this. This is a man that's wearing the same shoulder pads that he was given his freshman year at Michigan. The same ones for the last 20 years. He's been wearing them. They recondition them every single year. So this is a man who likes his routine, who is loyal. It's hard for me to wrap my head around him not being a New England Patriot. And they're doing some things to make the team better. When you look at the fact that they just franchise tagged Joe Tooney, the left guard. Isaiah Wynn will be back. They won football games last year with Marshall Newhouse at left tackle, who was hanging on by a thread. And I think when you look at the Patriots, they're still his best chance to win. So I still feel like, man, I can't envision Tom in another uniform, but 2 decades worth of one thing will lead you into where he's at right now, which is he got a hall pass. Bill Belichick and Bob Kraft said, you got a hall pass, go out there and go see what's out there. And my feeling on this is I almost wonder if this isn't all up to just Tom. This is now a family decision. And if you have a chance to move your family to Los Angeles, say the Chargers, for example, the quality of life, the totally different scenario for him, LA could be a very big possibility, and they have some very talented players on offense. I mentioned yesterday with Hunter Henry at tight end, who they tagged, with Keenan Allen in the slot, with Williams outside. They could add some more people, and then Austin Eckler out of the backfield. That is a very lucrative-looking offense. They've got to shore up some offensive line situations, but that could be a very big ploy, not just for Tom the player, but how about for Tom and his family? Yeah.
I think the best thing is New England, and here's why. Strip all of the emotional reasons out of it and the family considerations, which I think are considerable considerations. I talked to an owner last night who said he doesn't think that teams are going to be able to report until training camp. Goodness knows what the league is going to look like next year under those conditions. That means familiarity is going to be extremely important. If he is looking for the best chance to win next year, if he's thinking he's only got 2 more seasons and you want to try to win next year, there's no question the Patriots give him. There's going to be no adaptation period available to anybody in the NFL. Go where you're familiar. You know where your parking space is. You know where your locker is. You know the trainers. That's the best fit. But I agree. I think the emotional considerations are going to be significant.
You know, it's interesting you bring that up because the last time that happened, where there was no football until training camp.
That's right.
Guess what year and guess who was in the Super Bowl?
That was the New York Giants.
2011.
New England
Giants and the Patriots. So if that is, if that's
yourself,
hey, sign us up for it. All right, we're in. No football until July.
We're talking about Tom Brady. Let's make it about me.
No, it was Patriots and Giants. I wasn't even in that game.
No, but let me ask you this, though. Do you think that Tom Brady needs to see the Patriots make some moves this offseason to get him help on offense to entice him to sign? Do you think that needs to happen?
No question. I think he needs to see that they are committed to shoring up the offense. That was a theme all last season. Even when they won games, he would come into his post-game press conferences and clearly be frustrated by how they were winning with defense and special teams, which is great, except if you're Tom Brady and you want to have one of the best offenses in the league. They've got to show him that they're serious about shoring things up. They didn't do anything to replace Rob Gronkowski last year. They need to show him that they're all in to help him.
And you have to wonder if he would be singing or humming Cher's Do You Believe in Life After Love, too.
Yeah.
That's a serious consideration.
And Patriots fans want him to be singing Baby One More Time.
Yes, exactly. Well, he brought up the Giants, so we might as well talk about the Giants. They needed help on defense, and boy, did they get some. We delved into that. Did they do enough? And what's next for them? You're watching Free Agency Frenzy on NFL Network.